But let's start with the state of the presidential race. With 48 days to go until the election, the latest CNN SSRS poll out of Wisconsin likely voters has Biden with a 10-point lead over President Trump in that state, 52 to 42%. While the latest Morning Consult poll in the state has Biden up by 9 points, 51 to 42%.
Willie, let's just start there and look at Wisconsin. This is a state that was considered by the Trump campaign in the industrial Midwest to be the most favorable for them. I think it's very illuminating that all the polls after June the 1st, when Donald Trump cleared out the park and Barr cleared out the park of peaceful protesters on June the 1st to hold his Bible upside down. I think it's very instructive that his poll numbers dropped then. You remember afterwards, Jonathan Lemire reported, and we'll talk to Jonathan about this in a second, that the White House staff went back and high-fived each other because they actually thought violently removing peaceful protesters so the president could hold the Bible upside down was a good thing.
They call it iconic.
Now Yes, iconic, like Michael Dukakis in the tank was iconic. And like Gary Bauer flipping pancakes and falling over backwards off the stage. Yes, those were iconic moments, too. Poor Gary. You know what? But by the grace of God, go on.
That's right.
But you look at Wisconsin, and this is really, you can look at the numbers since Donald Trump praised a 17-year-old out-of-stater coming in to kill people on the streets of Kenosha, saying that he was sort of going to protect property and doing it illegally, as far as, running around with AR-15. These Wisconsin numbers have so solidified since Donald Trump again tried to trot out what he considered to be law and order that looked like a lot of chaos. And a lot of those Wisconsin voters appear to be saying, no, thanks. We got 10-point spread in Wisconsin, and it has, ironically enough now, since Kenosha, become actually Biden's strongest swing state.
Yeah, that number really jumped off the screen yesterday because, as you say, they had sort of written off Michigan, the Trump campaign, and thought Wisconsin was the place where they could hold on to the Midwest. They, of course, won by a tiny sliver in 2016 there, but it was key to his victory over Hillary Clinton. And now you're seeing, at least in this CNN poll and also in the Monmouth poll, a double-digit and a 9-point spread. So, yeah, there's a combination of things at work, which is, number one, you got at that Kenosha. Clearly, some of the voters in Wisconsin didn't like the way the president's talking about their state. And the other piece of it is, if you look inside the crosstabs, far and away the number one concern of voters in the state of Wisconsin right now is coronavirus, is the pandemic. And they are watching Bob Woodward's book roll out. They are listening to the president on tape. They know in their own communities how this is going and how the president has handled it. By the way, there's a ton more inside this book that we're going to talk to Bob Woodward about the president ignoring warning signs from his own advisors. We're going to get into all that with Bob Woodward, but this is top of mind, whether you're in Wisconsin or Pennsylvania or North Carolina or Florida. This is what's at the middle of people's lives. And if you listen to him, and we will in a minute, the president in that town hall with George Stephanopoulos last night, this is a man adrift. He has no handle whatsoever on what's going on. He still wants it to magically go away. He's proposing herd immunity, which would kill millions of people, and saying a lot of people don't like to wear masks. So top of mind, coronavirus, and he's not on it.
Well, and last night, it's remarkable that there are actually people in the Trump White House who are looking forward to the debates because this man last night made Admiral Stockdale look like Lincoln at Gettysburg.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.